Shantogen.
Bienvenidos, mi gente. Yeah, I'm in a little bit of a different spot. This is actually a response to a YouTuber that I watch, JazziRed. If you know me but don't know him, you should probably go check out him. He's much larger than I am, but he put a challenge out to his viewers to make a randomizer out of random things in Minecraft. And so I have done that. So if you don't know who Jazzy is, this video is probably not going to be pertinent to you. But yeah, I decided I was going to record the video and post it on the Discord as he requested from us. So that being said, we will start as he does. It is often good to look at these things as though if it was a black box. Now in this particular black box, we see it's rather long. We can hear some clicking, but essentially I have a system that generates a random pulse every so often, which turns this light on. So if you excuse me, allow me to clear this box away so we can better see what's going on. Behold, the Scaredy Cat Random Pulse Generator. You challenged us, Jazzy, to make something using a random aspect of the game to generate a pulse. And the first thing I came up with was, using the mob randomly walking around method. But as you know, creepers run away from cats. So I said, well, I can just, make a box, put a couple of creepers in there, and have cats at different locations forcing the creepers to have to run around physically. And then we could just put, pressure plates on the floor. But I also wanted it completely customizable. By completely customizable, what I mean is this. You can't see. Of course you can't see. Come on, Shanto. Do better. There we go. Spectator mode. If we go down into here, is this. It's kind of hard to see because everything's here, but essentially I have laid in the entire floor with lights underneath and a series of observers looking up. Is it cheap? No. But it's a way to generate randomness. The goal for this is that so that way when we're over here, come back out of spectator, you can put pressure pads anywhere. So I could just kind of plop into here and say, okay, we'll put a pressure pad here and here so they happen a little bit more frequently. And now, whenever they walk over those new pressure pads, they will trigger. Yep, see, there you go. And they will go ahead and trigger the pulse as well. The goal is to customize. You want it to be triggered less often, put less pressure pads. Alright, so then we move on to this spot. Okay, so that itself is one, but one bit of randomness in my book is no bit of randomness. So I decided to randomize the random, which is what this is for. So we take these pulses, right? Whenever one of these lights turns on, I could have all routed it to one, but I thought this looked neater. Anyways, we route it into one of these. Now, this has a bunch of items randomly put in. Well, we saw it for a brief moment, and only one of them is non-stackable, which is a netherite axe, because it was the axe that I had in my hand at the time. Each one of these have the same group of items, so in theory, 1 out of 9 times 3 will there be a pulse strong enough to hit the block, which means the pulse has to be at least there has to be at least the netherite axe in here for that light to turn on. So now this is 2 bits of randomness, but I thought, well, I could use these 3 lines instead of it being and being conflictive. Sorry, I had to fix that little bit of randomness. They weren't unloading fast enough. But here we have the crux. Really, I'm only measuring the signal from the middle. However, you can see that I have 2 repeaters going into this repeater. That means that even if a signal does come down the middle, if either side is on, it will lock this repeater. This side is only set to 2 ticks, and this one's set to 3 ticks. So they lock the middle for a corresponding amount of time. So basically what this is that these two make it so that either this is locked for 2 ticks or this is locked for 3 ticks, closing the window of time that a signal can pass through, but randomly. So 3 layers of random to get to this one random output. Sometimes it flickers, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes there's short flickers in between, sometimes there's long flickers in between. It really just depends. And that JazziiRed is my submission into making a random pulse out of random things in Minecraft. For any else who was watching, I appreciate you guys hearing me rant. And as we like to say here, hasta mañana.